Y'all probably say, where exactly are you going with this? I see you really trying to take it there. Old school flows chew you out, ain't fair. Jordan pants don't...
Yo, what up? It's your boy, Neil the Zod. Anyways, man, let me just get into what I want to talk about. Because I hate to say that I told you so, but I told you so. And you already know this channel is probably the most controversial because I kind of just shoot it from the hip and tell people exactly what I think about them. Somebody said something about a video that I said about Bosco and a few other cats, but at the end of the day, I stand on my own 2 feet, 10 toes down. So if I say something about an individual, I'm willing to take whatever comes with it. And if that's heads up, best believe your boy will run that with any of them. So that's beside the fact, not to bring up any cast, but it's just like, understand that if I say something, I don't care who don't like it. It's just the way it is. But what I really want to touch on is the whole thing about ARAB and the dude Vlad. See, I've been saying from the gate, this dude Vlad, he may not be a cop himself, but he basically doing the cop's job. You can tell. See, like if a person was asking you questions and they were really vibing with you the way they say they're vibing with you, they wouldn't ask you questions that potentially going to get you caught up. And if you look at the interview with him and ARAB, straight out AR pretty much told on himself. In every interview he did, he told on himself. He was just boisterous, which a lot of cats are like that. And they tell absolutely everything they do. Just like in certain rap songs, do they tell you every little, oh yeah, I bought it from this house, his name is this, his name is that. They do it without really feeling as if there's going to be any consequences. Not understanding that the cops pay attention to absolutely everything. I did a video and said that a sheriff told me good job. So that basically lets you know right there that they watch. They don't nowadays when it comes to like these rappers and these dudes that's really out here on social media, the cops don't have to do their work. All they have to do is pick up you know, their phone and look at YouTube, and they'll probably get all the information they need because cats love to put their shit out there. And even when I'm controversial and I may feel that I may have spoke or I'm on the verge of speaking a little bit too much, I'll slide back because there's certain things, like I said, individuals, unless they're particularly involved in that situation, shouldn't be privy to. The whole thing with ARAB, there's a lot of cats that like, hey, you know, Zah was right. And in truth, like I it's not to, you know, try to glorify the negativity, but I love the fact that I was right. I told people exactly what I saw because, and people, they're going to come on here and be like, oh, well, that fool Vlad is only doing his job, but yet he's part of the culture. So it's like when people say a culture vulture, that's basically what he is. He don't really care whether or not you prosper or not. The whole thing is he's going to try to get the most juiciest details he can in order to get his views. And in and in the course of getting them views, he's going to cross a lot of people, and he'll try to downplay it and you know, make it seem as if he had absolutely nothing to do with it. Like, yeah, I really felt for that guy. Like, you know, this and that. But at the end of the day, like, that's the type of cat I'm telling you about. They don't care about the individual. All they need is the scoop. So if a dude that sit there, see a righteous motherfucker, if you're talking to them and you're trying to tell them, you know, you're allowing them to tell their story. When they go into certain details that's going a little bit too far, that's something on the line that it can get them crossed up, get them in trouble. You edit that out, or you let them know, hey, this is right here. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out because you basically incriminate yourself. But like, even when I do interviews, for the most part, it's stuff people have already been convicted of. They've already did, so it's really nothing. You know what I mean? But I'll be honest, that dude Vlad, he's just, I won't say he's a manipulator, but he's just good at what he does. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, being good at what you do hurts other people. And the thing with him and ARAB is, yeah, he knew what he was doing. He knew that he had somebody on there that was boisterous, is going to tell all his business, and he didn't really care to stop him. If he really was feeling, like I said, somebody that rock with the culture know that there's certain things that they shouldn't film, there's certain things that they shouldn't talk about, and there's certain things that they shouldn't do. And if you really rock with somebody outside of just an interview, then you know that there's certain things that they say that can get them caught up. You might want to stop them from saying that. But through almost every video that you hear this dude do his interviews, he's digging, and he don't care who it hurt. If you listen to him on No Jumper, they basically be saying the same things. That's why I'm a little more cautious about watching dudes show too. And it ain't no shot at nobody. It's just, you know, some people basically do the same as others. You know what I'm saying? It's just in a different way. And that fool Vlad, he just basically says straight out, like, nobody really wants to hear an interview where dudes ain't really exposing themselves. They want to hear juicy details on who got killed and why they got killed, and if there's some sort of retaliation on it. And he even says, like you see him do the race baiting with that dude BG Knockout. He does that with a lot of different, and I notice he does it with the blacks only. He don't never, the only thing he do with the homies is he try to bait them into claiming that Los Angeles or California is run by certain people. And it's like I said, California is run by nobody. There may be a vast majority of a certain type of gangs or people, you know what I mean? But nobody runs Los Angeles. It's always a up and down. Now, the numbers might be on the homie side, but not everybody's pushing that agenda. Not every Mexicano or Salvadoran or Hondureño or whatever is pushing that agenda. You have people that they're in each other's family. They have friends and brothers and sisters that are, you know, interracial. You know what I mean? That's besides the point. All I'm saying is he does that to the homies to try to see if he can get somebody to bite. Now, for the most part, the homies are really prideful, so they're going to be straight out like, who cares, you know? And it's always been like that, and that's just something that most people know when it comes to that. You know what I mean? It's a prideful thing. But this fool Vlad, in every step, if I'm lying, I'm dying. But in every video, this dude pushes to get the most juiciest details. And some fools are so forthcoming with it, you can't really blame him. But I watch this dude Vlad maneuver dudes into certain situations, and what he does is if he pushes a certain statement, not even a statement, but if he asks you a certain question and he's really trying to get down to the, you know, the juicy tidbits of it, he'll redirect that question and bring it back a different way, but to get to the same point. He want to know about a certain situation. If he want to know why such and such got killed, if him asking straight out, hey, you know what, why did this dude get killed, and you fail to, you know, say why he got killed, and he thinks you know, all he's gonna do is just maneuver you until you say what you need to say. People can say Vlad never had, you know, Vlad is a good guy, he just doing his job, and so are the cops in the police station. That's why they keep you the 72-hour hold, because they know within that time they put you in the most strenuous situations. You know what I mean? You hungry, you lack of sleep, and they just keep you in that room drilling you because they try to break you. And that's the same thing. Vlad does that he uses his platform and the fact that people want to be known in order to coast that out of you. There's a lot of people that go on Vlad and they tell on themselves all the time because they just want to be famous. A lot of cats, it's like a cat, it's like a little kid, a teen wanting a BMW. He gonna do whatever he have to do in order to get that BMW. If he's smart and he's been taught right, then he'll go a certain way. But if he haven't been taught, you put a little money in his hand, a little drugs, he's gonna fold right into it because he's figured this is, you know, you got these cats glorifying certain things. This is what I gotta do to go about getting this. So he's gonna do that. And in most cases, they end up in jail for the rest of their life, or they end up doing long stints because the drug game is watered down now and nobody really wants to be involved with it due to the fact that there's so many snitches in the game that nobody really wants a part of it. It's like a dead-end job with no chances to get ahead, you know what I mean? So it's one of them. But that fool Vlad, you know what I mean? Like I said, I've talked about Vlad before, but that's just what he do. He maneuvers, and he will maneuver, and he will continue to send people down the drain. And it's and you know, for the most part, let's just say like this: it's not all his fault. He's playing a good game, and cats fall right into it. Why? Because they want to be famous. Because they want to be like, oh, I was on Vlad. Vlad interviewed me. Vlad made you tell on yourself. No, Vlad helped you to tell on yourself. They gave you that little ticket. You know what it reminds me of? It's kind of like when you hear African people say that that they didn't help enslave us, but yet you gave them the tools in order to enslave us. Some of us sold for spices and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Some as less as a cow. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It's just if you read Machiavelli, he states it all. And I know I got a little off topic, but I just wanted to cover that because cats have been at me like, hey, what's this fool Vlad and AR app? Hey, just to be honest, AR app is from the East Coast, so that really has nothing to do with me. I do got something to talk about on that too, because, you know, it's cats that say something about this coast and there's like certain things that's going on in theirs, but I won't get into that in that video. I'm just basically here to say that I was right. I told you Vlad he may not be a Fed, but he be working closely with him, and dudes are getting indicted and twisted. So you know what I mean, you can continue to go on Vlad. It's your fault if you want to tell on yourself, but understand the real motherfuckers straight tell Vlad straight out like, hey, I'm not finna say nothing on it, and it's just the way it is. And those are the motherfuckers that are smart. The stupid ones that tell all their mom's business, and you see it all the time, and he will continue to break them. So, you know, shout out to you, Vlad. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do, and you're still getting your money, you know what I mean? And nothing happens to you, so I guess you're doing right. On that note, your boy Zod, and I'm out.
Kneel before Zod!